Hey y'all, welcome to my desk. So I want to start off first by just kind of giving an overview of really what I've been using these for. I did go over it a little bit, but like I said, I bought this Day Designer planner from Target. I believe someone told me that Staples has some with like different covers and stuff. I initially bought the small one that everybody and their mother has bought. And I literally gave it to my mother because I bought it and she was like, oh my God, that's so cute. And I was like, do you want it? You can have it. It was just too small for me. So I gave it to my mom and I ordered this one online. I love the cover. I love that it has like this plastic sleeve. Oh, it's an insert, so I can put stuff in there. Okay, anyways. And that the back cover is like a hard plasticky cover, because my biggest thing is why I've been gravitating mostly to hardcover notebooks is because I can write on them anywhere. So I'll show you quickly what this looks like. If you've been on Instagram, oh good, you found a squeaky toy that you literally never play with. I love this for you. This is great. Anyways, Scout is going at it for some reason today. But if you've been on Instagram, then you've probably seen this planner quite a bit, or the smaller one. And I believe they're pretty much the same setup. So this one you have like a page cover, and then there's these stickers, and then this is really cute. I didn't realize it's a pocket. It has pockets. No, so there's a little folder insert thing, a page for you to write your info, and then like, I guess, year at a glances for this year and next year, because this is a 2024 to 2025 planner, but it goes from July to June. So it's an academic. Is that what it's called? Academic. Yes, academic planner. There's instructions in here on how to set goals and use this planner. If you need that, that's there for you. I love that each section has a divider already. And so each month starts out, this is just a May monthly, but each month starts out with your monthly, and then it goes right into, oh, just kidding. Oh no, sorry, it starts in July. So that's just a May and June calendar, and here we are in the June or the July monthly. And then after that, you get your weeklies, and this is all dated, which is great. Exactly what I needed, and I'll explain why. So you get a weekly for every single week. One thing I do really love about this planner is I tend to notice that planners that have like the tabs built into them, that page or that divider page is like a cardstock, and I'm not really into that. I want all my paper to be consistently the same. Also, cardstock tends to add a lot of bulk, so this is a really nice alternative. I love the way that's been set up. Yeah, so can you imagine, like, if you can imagine, the smaller one is obviously much smaller spaces. I realized that was just going to be really difficult for me to write in. I have large hands, and like, I don't care for tiny planners so much. Like, this is as small as I can probably ever go. I don't even like an A6, and this is smaller than an A6, but I have found ways to kind of maximize the space in here. And because it is like a blank, essentially a blank page, just dot grid paper, I'm not constrained to like these boxes, but because this has a layout, I just could not fit into this layout. So I do love this layout. It has a Monday start. You have a section here where you can write your top 3. It would be really cute if you had like top 3 moments for the week, or obviously like your top 3 priorities, projects, or anything like that. That's a great way to use this space. And then each day of the week, except for the weekend, has a section for like notes and then a to-do list, which is nice. Obviously, if you work or do things on the weekend, you will have to they split Saturday and Sunday, which is, it is what it is. You got to use the space that you're given. So there's that. That's nice. You could also use the to-do list for like a shopping list or anything like that, which would be great. So the reason why I bought this is because I have been using my Pocket Leuchtturm for the most part to do my daily planning. And a lot of times it turns into me just writing down what I did that day, because I do like to keep a record of that. Just in case like something happens or I need to check on something then I can go back and be like, oh, well, it says here I did it on Monday or whatever. So anyways, that's great. But what I don't do is I don't create spaces for future planning. So for instance, next week for work, I have 2 work meetings and I don't have anywhere in here that I could write it down. Obviously I could write it down anywhere I want to, but because I do like to use like my Tombos and get all cutesy in this, I want to maintain that in this planner because it's one of the reasons why I pick it up and use it, just because I just enjoy it. So, so I wanted something to where I could just scribble down what's going on down the road. So I did pick this up. I had some other options I could have pulled from. Obviously, I've got like a personal planner, which I may use both of them to see which one sticks a little bit better, because obviously with personal rings, I meant personal rings when I said personal planner. With personal rings, I can kind of move around all of the inserts or just pick the inserts that I like. So I'm going to just use this. I might end up just using it as like a, jeez. Scout? You just want, she just, Scout's what, that's Scout's way of saying hello. But I may end up actually using this as a family planner. So what that means is I tend to have a planner that I just keep on our, on a table in our kitchen, so my kids can grab it. They can write down their own schedules. Like my oldest works, she can write down her work schedule. I put the school schedule in it so they always know what's going on when they have days off and stuff like that. And then with like cross country practice, drum practice, and all auditions that they have, and then, you know, debate tournaments and stuff like that, they can all keep it in here. So I may actually end up using this for that. And then going to my pocket ring. So I ordered it on the Target website and it came with this really obnoxious sticker. And so many of y'all gave me ideas for how to take the sticker off without leaving a residue. But before checking my DMs, I decided to try to do it myself, and it actually ended horribly. I've got a bunch of gunk on there. However, a sweet friend on Instagram told me that I can get what's it called? Undone? It's the goo gone glue stuff. They sell it at the Dollar Tree, so I have to go to Target later. There's a Dollar Tree right next door, so I'm gonna go and pick some up and hopefully salvage this cover. Otherwise, I don't really care. I don't care as much as I did originally, because if I use this as just like a family planner, I also write down what we're having for dinner in here, because that is one thing my kids will ask me, my husband will ask me 18 times a day. And it's like I answer the question, but it's like their brain can't process the fact that I have answered the question, and their brain's like, oh great, she has that information, I'm just gonna let it go and come back and ask in 20 minutes when I'm curious again about what I'm having for dinner. It drives me insane. So I could write it in here. So I think that's what I'm going to use it for, a family planner. There's, obviously, it's like very nice, compact, slim notebook. You could just toss it in a purse. You know, I don't tend to carry a purse. So yeah, there's a ton of ways you could use this, but I think a family planner is going to be the way that I go with this one. Thank you for letting me talk that through. On to the next. So, y'all know my BFFs here, my Leuchtturms. This is my second one of the year. I finished my first one in June, and I just absolutely love it. So, I can't exactly remember the specifications of the Auristell 365 planner, but I do remember, what I do remember is when I saw it, I thought to myself, I need that. So gonna get that one for maybe possibly to replace this notebook. I may actually still continue using a Leuchtturm. I think I've seen Helen is using one as like a learning journal, which I thought that was really cool. And I want to be more mindful, more about, I can't stop laughing about those TikToks, the demure. Oh my gosh, I wrote it in here. Very demure. Everything that I do. So I'm going to make a sticker of that. Anyways, that is besides the point. Anyways, I thought that was really cool. I want to be more mindful about taking time for myself. I'm exhausted 24 hours a day. If you don't know, I own a sticker shop, which I'm awful at promoting it. This is one of my designs. I own a sticker shop, and I have for the last several years. Actually, I believe our birthday anniversary is coming up next Monday. Monday's very busy for me, so I don't want to think about it. But I do have a sticker shop. Like, these are some of my stickers. These were discontinued recently. But yeah, I have that going on. Obviously, I have my Patreon, which I'm gearing up to ramp up some more content and plans for that in the very near future. And I also, what else do I do? I'm a mom. I have 2 kids in middle school and high school. And then I have a part-time job. I am the director of development for a nonprofit organization here in Birmingham that I absolutely adore and love. And yeah, it's just a lot going on. It's a lot on my plate, and so I am very tired all the time. So I want to be more mindful of taking time for myself to journal, to plan, to spend time doing the things that I enjoy, because a lot of times when I'm just like going, when I stop, I just like watch YouTube, or I do something like that, or like doom scroll on TikTok or something like that. Y'all know. So I want to be more mindful. So I think maybe using this as like a learning journal or something like that would be super cute, and I could doodle in it. I can do whatever I want, but my brain is still trying to process that, like, that I can do whatever I want in this. So anyways, I'm going to show you this one first. I know I haven't posted on Instagram in a minute. So a lot of these pages y'all haven't seen yet. I love it. So here she is. This is, I think it's called Sage Green, but it's a Leuchtturm pocket. This is a name tag from my shop. My shop is camydraw.com, because again, I am awful at promoting my shop. But anyways, in every single order, you get a name tag that I hand letter your name on it. If you ever have like a request, I get some really cute requests, like when I do like my character releases and stuff. Obviously, like, so a lot of my customers, children just love those. So like they'll ask me to write their child's name on there. Just leave me a note at checkout and I will do that. If not, I always write the name tag for the name that's on the shipping label. So there's that. I do not use these pages. Hold on one second. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. My little, I'm obsessed with these peaches and cream Olippops. Barbie, are you kidding me? Okay, I'm just obsessed with them. So here we go. I started this one in July, so I have like a month at a glance, which I did a lot of different types of monthly layouts in my previous Leuchtturm, and this is kind of where I landed on what I like the most. So this is basically, I do not write down a line for every single day of the month. Instead, I write down the things that I already know are going to happen. And I usually have most of my appointments or like things written down or already scheduled, which is nice, but it does not serve me when random meetings get scheduled. So that's what this part is for. So these are my daily pages. I really got into just using a pencil and a ruler and just doing a line down the middle and using it as like a 2-column spread rather than going all the way across. And it's because I'm able to maximize the space a lot better with that. A lot of my to-dos aren't very long, so they would not make it across the whole entire page. And I just like seeing a page filled. So this was July, which I did not plan anything. I actually did go back. Like, a lot of times I will record on like Instagram or things like that, and I will go, or like on Instagram stories, and I'll go through my Instagram stories to remember what I did. And that's when I write them down in here. So, but because beginning of July was very busy, I did not plan anything. So I just decided I'm just going to play catch up, and that's what I did. And I love it. So like, for instance, like these highlight of my day stickers are from my shop. This is probably one of the longest standing designs I have. But yeah, I love it. And then here we go. So most of my stickers, if they're not from my shop, like this one's from my shop. I have a character in my shop. His name is Reed, and he's so cute. He's a little book, and he just does all the things. And I always like to think about it as like, especially when I draw him like doing chores and stuff, I always think about it in the sense that he's doing all the things he needs to do in order to relax and read at the end of the day, because that is one thing I do enjoy doing. If not from there, this is like Paper Bits Co. Once More with Love is a huge favorite. Obviously Coffee Monsters Co. I love Helen and her shop. And yeah, this is the next week. And then this one, I was just so exhausted, as I just continued to say. So I had these sticky notes in my shop, and I just wrote down a little note to myself, and I used my inside out stickers to decorate the page. I like to carry stickers in different sizes, so that's why you'll see like little ones and then big ones, because I just love, like, sometimes you just need a big old sticker to take up a bunch of space on that page. We went and saw Lion King in movie theaters, which was actually way more fun than I thought it was going to be. Obviously I've seen Lion King a million times. I have a freaking tattoo of Scar, and I don't think anyone has really asked me this. No one has ever asked me what or why. But my youngest is absolutely obsessed with Scar and the Lion King, and we play this game called Villainous, and I always told her she's the youngest in the family, so beating anybody in a game usually takes her a little bit longer, and because my husband is ruthless, and so I told her, I said, you know what, she always plays with Scar. That's her villain. She always plays with Scar. No one else has ever played with Scar. And so I told her, I said, you know what, the day you beat me with Scar, I will get a tattoo of him on my arm. And I think I had already planned it out with my tattoo artist, and so I kind of maybe let her win a little bit. So yeah, I absolutely love it. So that tattoo is for her. It reminds me of her, and I love it. So anyways, we went and saw Lion King. It was fantastic. And then what else? This is actually, I've been using a little bit more, or I want to use a little bit more, like photos and just journaling, ephemera, and things from my day in my planner. So this is from the back of a Target receipt, and I just cut out the little Target dog, and I just thought it was so cute. So that's what that is from. These like Simply Surviving and like, but I didn't stickers are from my shop. I love them. Obviously, I use them a lot. And then I ordered some things from Glossier over like a couple of like months, and so I decided to draw them in my planner because I've been really loving their lip gloss. I love their perfume. Their hand lotion's okay. It's not my favorite, but yeah. And then here I did some surgery because I drew something up here and I just did not like it, or the header that I did, I just did not like it. So I just cut the top part of this page out and then continued to use it. So like, yeah, still using the 2-column system. And then for this part, I decided to do like write my appointments for the upcoming week on the top, so it would look normal, I guess, when that page is closed. And then, oh, we saw Deadpool Wolverine. Freaking amazing. Absolutely love that movie. We went and saw it. I saw it twice already. I want to go back and see it again. I don't typically plan on the weekends, so I just jot down all the stuff that we did. We did a ton of cleaning this weekend because my family was coming into town from Japan, so I wanted to clean everything, and that's what we did. So I have that written down. And then for my following week, sometimes I'll use like a whole page to do a week at a glance. For this, I just jotted down a bunch of stuff. I didn't have so much time to like sit down and plan like I typically like to, so that's what I did instead. Yeah, just to make sure I got some things written down, because my family is coming from Japan. We already had a Disney trip booked. We did a day trip to Chattanooga, and I obviously wanted to spend as much time with them as I could while they were in town. So that means I have to do all of my work for my shop, for my Patreon, for my job before I could leave. And so for my job in development, I do a lot of grant writing, and it's very like deadline heavy job. So I had to make sure that everything was ready and written to submit. I actually even had meetings while they were here, which I felt bad about, but it was like, I have to do this. This is my job. But it was fine. I did a little journal entry here when they came to visit. Again, I use this. This is just like a sticky note that I cut up. I've been using a lot of sticky notes lately, and I love them. Mainly because depending on where you cut the sticky note, obviously there's already adhesive on there, so it kind of helps when you're trying to lay it down and make sure to see where it should go. But I had the marker bleed through, and I did not like that. It was not cute. It was not very cutesy. It was not very demure. So I covered it with a little sticky tape that I cut into a blob and then covered the space, and then did like a little journal in there. Did some more planning. We made so many bracelets with my aunt and my uncle, and their oldest grandson came to visit from Japan, and their grandson stayed with us while my aunt and my uncle stayed with my in-laws because they had more space for them there, and there's just a ton of people to have in one house. And every night we would put on a Disney movie that had Japanese captions, and we would make friendship bracelets, and it was so much fun, and he really enjoyed it. And then some more weekend fun. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. And then this is where I don't have anything written between the days of August 5th and August 14th, which is 13th, which was 2 days ago. So I decided to cut out this photo I had printed at Walgreens, and then I put some of my washi tape in the background, and I wrote "Too busy having fun." And this is a photo of us in Chattanooga. They went out onto that. Have you ever been to Rock City? It's actually in Georgia, but they've got this huge platform that sticks out over the side of this mountain, and I think it's called Lover's Leap or something. But they all decided they were going to be brave enough to go out there. And I had a hard time just taking the photo from I was on the main part of the mountain. This is just hanging over nothing. I was like, y'all are insane. You can tell Abby immediately regretted that decision. And my uncle is just so okay, yes, what's next? My husband just having a great time. And my uncle's grandson, Riku. He's my cousin's oldest son, but I don't know what you call that. So if you know what you call that, can you let me know? And that's so I can know. Anyways, I had a bunch of stuff I had to do as soon as I got back. So Wednesday, which was the 14th, 2 days ago, I jotted down my priorities, what I had to do, some notes about some things. I had to get things out of my brain. And so that's what this journal really helps me do. And that brings us to yesterday, which was jam-packed. I did not sit down and plan ahead of time. And then I forgot everything that I did. So I just did a little journal entry in here, and then planning today. Got a bunch of stuff I still have to do. So anyways, that is this planner. I absolutely love it. If you're curious about these stickers on the cover, these are stickers from my shop. This one is, goodness gracious, this thing is all twisted and twisted. Okay, this is the Happy Dandy vinyl sticker from my shop. I absolutely love her. She's so cute. And then this one is just a duck that's stuck in the water, and it says "quit ducking around," which might very easily be my favorite design of the year. Is this one and What's Quack-a-lackin', which is a different one. Anyways, I went through a whole duck phase. So here is my big honkin' journal. This is an A5 Leuchtturm, and I don't know what this color is called, but it's just a light purple. It's really pretty. I absolutely love it. I decorated the mess out of it with the covers with the stickers, and I love it. This one's coming off, so that is sad. So I had a lot of different ideas for when I first started using this, and you could probably go back and watch some of my older videos to find out what those ideas were if you were looking for some. But now it's just turned into this hodgepodge of things that I want to just put down. two pages that have been really helpful. Well, this one, not so much. I need to update this one because I have about 1,000,000 books missing from this. So I need to update my reading log for the year. These are the books that I've read so far this year, plus about like maybe 5 or 7 more. This one here, I pre-ordered a bunch of books on Amazon. No, not Amazon. Not Amazon. Barnes and Noble, and during a sale, and I cut out and taped the this is actually printed on sticker paper. So I cut these and then put them in here so I could keep track of which books I've already bought so I don't buy them again. And I'm glad I did this because I did not realize I did not pre-order. Y'all, don't make fun of me. I know this first book was kind of stupid, but I think that's why I loved it so much. I had to get the second one. So Apprentice to the Villain. I know there's a lot of people who on like TikTok and Instagram and all that just think this book was just so terrible, the first one. And I can see it. I'm not gonna lie, I can see it. But I also did not go into this book being all serious. Okay, I just needed some fun, and that's what it delivered, and I enjoyed that. The villain, when I read the first book, the villain actually, despite the fact that they describe him as like dark and handsome, or tall, dark, and handsome, whatever, I can't even remember the words. His mannerisms and like the way he talked and stuff reminded me of Dracula from Hotel Transylvania, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. So I think that's why I loved it even more. So Apprentice to the Villain, I just picked this up and I've been reading that lately. And so yeah, so I have some in here because initially I was just going to be like it was replacing my Hobonichi cousin, so I was just going to do like daily journaling, and that was all good and great until I decided, ooh, daily journaling needs to have a lot of ephemera and stickers and fun involved. And it doesn't. No, it does not. But that's how I ended up using it. I do have this Tombow swatch, which is super helpful. I need to put a tab on this page so I can find it very easily. These are all stickers from my shop. These, and then these ones here are stickers from my shop. I have like kits for the Hobonichi cousin, vertical, and then journaling kits, and then I have like the jumbo stickers, which I already told y'all I love the jumbo stickers. These are also from my shop. There's Reed chilling and a cup of coffee. And then I guess this is just going to turn into a whole flip, even though I've already shared these photos or these pages with y'all. I'm just gonna, maybe I won't talk about them. Onto Milo's. Love this sticker. Abby gave me that sticker and I love it. We did a day trip to Chattanooga for Mother's Day, and we took my mother-in-law, and it was so much fun. I love using like receipt tape or receipts as like backdrops for my pages. You'll see that a lot in here. This is from a cereal box. And yes, my favorite comic book and tattoo store was moving, so they had these cute little like printouts of the posts that they did on Instagram, and so I took one to put in my journal. I had Bulldog Ramen for the first time, a little entry about my oldest daughter, and then Free Comic Book Day was on May 4th, and I got a tattoo, and we got a ton of comics. We got Star Wars donuts. It was so much fun. And then this is from a performance my youngest had. I work with a nonprofit that she takes drum lessons at. And more stuff. This is from our Chicago trip, which I still need to finish. I have all of the ephemera and things I want to put in there, and I have everything that we did jotted down. So I will finish. I will just add it. Nothing in here is in chronological order. Things are just wherever I had space to put them. We visited Sue at the Field Museum. I love Chicago. My brother lives in Chicago, so we do tend to visit Chicago a lot, and I always have just the best time. Yeah, this is where I had stopped, even though I had like maybe 3 or 4 more days to journal about, but it was because I wanted to journal about some things that was going on, so I just kind of did that, a little interruption. This is also me covering up like some lettering that I didn't like, so I just took a piece of, I don't even know, I think this is from like a grocery bag or something, and just taped it in there. I did a Currently Loving, which I want to do a new one of these. I want to do one for each month. Yes, I love that idea. Okay. This is from Abby's like big old birthday day adventure. So here's again like receipt tape that I use as the backdrop. Those are 2 receipts there from some shopping we did that day or some food that we ate. And then I wrote a little entry about how she was turning 12. And then this is when I was having a rough time. You'll notice too, I do have some entries. This is a book wish list that I need to actually reference. I have some entries that I cover up with, like I'll write something and just cover it up with stickers. And it's basically me just trying to like journal about something that was frustrating or making me feel some sort of way. And then I just cover it with stickers. So that way I get it out. That way everything I wrote isn't up for like anyone could ever read it. Or myself included. And so yeah, I got some really cute planner supplies from Smitten Paper Co. So I put that Smitten on paper. So I put like the card she sent and then a lot of the ephemera from the packaging. And this is from a wedding we went to. This was actually the invitation. And I was like, I love this frame. So I just cut out the middle of it. And then I wrote about the time that we had at the wedding. June recap, and then July. I did like a cover page for July, which I never do because I was like, ooh, July, I'm gonna use this so much. And then I only did like 3 pages, which is fine. It was whatever. I got my second follow bracelets for sharks, and they're both hammerheads, so I'm guessing it's rigged. They're all hammerheads. And then I've got, I got the super tip markers, so I swatched those here. Pastels aren't really pasteling so much for me. The originals, they look like original colors. But this one was a little bit of a disappointment. Like, I would not call some of these pastel. And like some of these, like the reds, they look almost exactly alike. So I was like, what is this? Anyways, my banana sticker collection, which I've also already shared. I have this that I just keep tucked in. And then some random thoughts. I did a little sticker collage because I loved those. I took a nap, so I gave myself a trophy. And then, I think I was trying to, I don't know what I was trying to do there, but both my kids got their ears pierced at Rowan. I got a piercing at Rowan. That was a lot of fun. And some more journaling pages. This is just about how I'm tired. And then I still want to like do entries for each day that my family was here or each day that we did something big while my family was here. However, for now, I just decided to do these 2 pages. So I used one of the first meals we had out with my uncle and my aunt was at Milo's. And so I held on to the little paper that they put in the packaging and I taped that in here. And then used some lots of high paper cloud stickers to decorate the page. And then I just had a ton of photos. I was printing photos almost every other day at Walgreens. And so that way I could give them to my family. And then I picked out a couple and cut them out and glued them in here. And I absolutely love it. Yeah, we went to a Barons baseball game, which is the AAA team or AA team for the White Sox here in Birmingham. And then we went to Chattanooga. So this is at my kids and Riku at Rock City. This is my aunt and my uncle on the swinging bridge. And I was like watching her hang over this thing. And I was like, what are you doing? She was like, it wasn't scary. And I was like, oh my God, how are we related? And this is us at Epcot at the Japan Pavilion. We did a quick road trip to Auburn University. It's where my husband went to college, and we showed them the campus because they thought that was really cool. And then my uncle in Epcot wearing the ears that I bought for his wife. This is a page I dedicated to my dog Sneakers. The Sneakers was the first dog my husband and I got together, but we moved into a small apartment because we lived with my in-laws for a really long time, and that's when we adopted Sneakers, and so we were all living together with Sneakers. And when we moved out, we moved into a pretty small apartment that could barely fit the 4 of us, so my in-laws ended up keeping Sneakers, and it was great for both of them, honestly. And yeah, he lived a very long life. He was a very sweet boy, and so we unfortunately had to say goodbye to Sneakers at the end of July. And yes, this just makes me so sad. But anyways, I got my girls a like a paw print Pandora charm for a bracelet. And so I used the packaging from that in here. And then I thought I used some, yeah, this is packaging from, I bought myself a necklace that has two little paw prints on it from Gorjana. And this is packaging from that. So my husband carried my journal for me at Disney World for 2 days. And because I wanted to get characters to sign my journal. And then I realized I don't like standing in lines. And lots of times characters have really long lines. But obviously they need to take breaks because it's super hot and a lot of them wear costumes and stuff. So it's important that they take frequent breaks, but you really don't ever know. A lot of times when you get in line, you may not know like if you will be the one that gets cut off, because usually cast members will be like, oh, okay, we got to take them inside for a quick little break, but we'll be back at this time or whatever. So you could stay in line, but I don't like to do that. So my husband saw Daisy and got her to sign my journal, which is cool because I love Donald. And this is from the Regal Eagle Smokehouse in Epcot. My family, while they were here, really just loved the barbecue. So we made sure we stopped by there at Epcot so they could try out that barbecue. I did some journaling. We got Sneaker's paw print cast. So I did a little journaling about Sneaks. And yeah, he's named after, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the movie, what's it called? Clifford with Martin Short. But in that movie, he like goes to the airport and he sees this huge gigantic dog, and he's waiting. He's supposed to be like a child, but obviously he looks like a grown man, but he's like a 13-year-old or whatever. And he's a bit of a troublemaker, and his uncle's supposed to pick him up from the airport. So when his uncle shows up, Clifford is like got this dog with him because he just stole this dog. And his uncle's like, oh, you brought your dog? Who is this? And he's like trying to think of a name, and he just said, oh, his name is Sneakers. And I was like, that is such a cute name for a dog. And it was very fitting because Sneakers was very sneaky. Anyhow, so that's how I've been using this Leuchtturm. I love it, but I think I am, like I said, I am missing TRP. There's just something about the crinkle of the paper and everything that I just truly miss. It's all part of the experience. So I do think I'm going to switch into, I think it's a B6 Daily. I can't remember what it's called, but it's from Morristel. I will be getting that one. I will be getting the Passport 365 and using those to plan. That's the plan. And then obviously have this for my family planner. I do have some other little planners that I've showed y'all here. One of them is the Smitten on Paper little week at a glance, which I love. I think I really screwed myself when I decided to use a whole bunch of stickers and make it look really, really cute, which I love that, but I just don't have the time for it. So maybe I can use this for on-the-go planning, but I definitely needed something to jot down like appointments and things as they're getting randomly scheduled. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. It is, again, way too long. I apologize, but I hope y'all had fun. If y'all have any questions about anything, just comment, leave a comment, or you can DM me on Instagram. Honest to God, I am probably the best at getting, replying to DMs on Instagram about things. Because I don't know if I'm just doing something wrong, but I don't get notifications from like YouTube when people comment, and I feel awful when I come back. Like 3 months later, somebody asked you what pen this was, and I was like, oh my God, I could have answered that for this person in real time. But yeah, that's all I got. So I will see y'all later with a new update eventually at some point, maybe. Yeah, bye.